I finished season 2 of Succession. This is a highly bingeable program. The thing with Succession is I feel like it'll influence me kind of in that Deadwood way to where I start speaking like the characters on the show, and that's not very good for my kids repeating what they hear me say. Because Succession, they have... Jay Kristoff would blush at some of the bad language on that show, but it's a thrilling show, guys. It really is. It's one of those things where I knew that I would probably like it because I think that HBO makes quality content, obviously. And I just didn't think it would be this highly bingeable. I thought there would be some fluff. It's like this show is straight meat, and it's amazing that there's never a dull moment on a show where it's mostly just people talking to each other. It really is. So I think it's one of those kind of shows that you're either gonna... It's not going to be your bag or you're going to love it. I think that, and I'm falling in the group that obviously loves it. The season 2 finale completely floored me. I thought I knew it was going one way, and then I was like, no, that's not going to happen. And then when it did happen, I was like, holy shit, it actually happened. So, I should be starting season 3 probably sometime this weekend. Excited, but as soon as I get caught up, I don't know, with like a season 4, I might just wait for it to be done because I think I do still like binging this show. And I know a lot of people they like the weekly thing. Look, I like the weekly thing when it comes to something like House of the Dragon or Mandalorian because it gives you time to talk about it. A show like that, I love to just kind of burn right through it, and I am burning right through it. Very, very good, guys. So thank you for that pick. You guys did vote on that, and that just got me want to say, guys, that I want people to consider watching more original series. Because everyone I try to tell about these, like I was talking about For All Mankind here, now I'm talking about Succession. And everyone I kind of tell people about these shows, they say, same thing happened with The Offer. They say, oh, well, I can't. I got I got a season of Loki, and I got to watch Obi-Wan still, and I want to watch Andor, and I still got to watch I still haven't watched, Captain America and the Winter Soldier. It's like, guys, quit watching all the retreads. I mean, is everything you're going to watch always just going to be MCU and Star Wars retreads on Disney Plus? Is that all you're going to watch now? There is so much good original stuff out there. And I'm not saying you can't like that stuff. Not at all. Not at all. I'm just saying it feels like you're talking about doing the dishes. You're talking about chores. Watch some original stuff, some fresh ideas. And I think that you will be relieved that TV can still be fun. I almost feel like people got Stockholm Syndrome at this point, and they've got to watch these things, and they've got to say they like them. And I mean, I'm just seeing like people telling me everything that's awful about She-Hulk. I haven't watched it. Don't get me wrong. But they'll tell me everything awful about She-Hulk, and then they'll give it like an 8.5 out of 10. I'm like, wow, when you were talking about it, it sounded like you hated it more than Rings of Power. So I don't really understand what the deal is there. But again, I'm not saying you can't enjoy those things. If you are still enjoying that, man, that's awesome. I want you to do things that make you happy. That's what TV and movies are supposed to be about. But I wish people would give some of these original shows a real chance, because there's some really, really great original content out there that isn't just playing off nostalgia like they try to with Star Wars, and isn't just playing off of, hey, we know you grew up with the MCU, here's more, So I don't know. I wish people would give more things outside of the Disney machine a try, because there's some really, really quality stuff out there. And I think if Breaking Bad or The Sopranos or things like that came out during this era, I don't know if it would have got the same foothold, because people are so into the MCU Star Wars retread stuff now that they can't give anything else a try. So step outside your comfort zone once in a while. That's my recommendation. I think that you'll be quite happy for it, and see there's some really, really great TV out there. And that brings me to talking about one more superhero thing. And I don't want people to think I'm defending Warner Brothers, guys, because, look, yes, I love DC Comics, and no, I do not trust Warner Brothers with anything. So when the Black Adam reviews came out, I was like, not a shock. They're not very positive. But then I made a bold proclamation on the old tweeter. Is I said, look, here's the case with every movie starring The Rock, is that critics will say it's brain dead action stuff, and it's not that good. It'll hover around the 50% mark. And then the audience reviews will come out, and it'll be in the high 80s. And I predicted that the audience score would be around 88%. As of recording this, it's 89%. Now, I know that'll probably go up or down one way or the other, because we only got it's very, very early on Friday morning. So that can go either way. But it's like, this is the way with every Rock movie, is critics don't like it. They say it's just action, brain dead stuff. And audiences say, yeah, that's why I pay to see a movie starring The Rock. The same... He's the Arnold Schwarzenegger of this era. People just want to see him punch things in the face and blow shit up, right? So to me, this is a layup. I knew it was going to be like that, but I don't know. I don't know why people take critics so seriously still. It's so clear to me going on Rotten Tomatoes, which again, why do you use Rotten Tomatoes as your compass as if you're going to watch something or not? Stop it. But you can see the differences between critics and audiences. They've never been more different than they are right now. Occasionally, yeah, they do match up. But it's like, watch stuff and make your own mind up, you know? Look, I don't like the way the DCU's gone either. And I say that as a huge DC Comics fan. So I don't necessarily think it'll be a great DC movie, but I think it'll be a fun action movie because that's what The Rock is. And that's why it's the one actor in this household that all four of us will watch whatever they make, because my wife has a crush on The Rock. My kids think The Rock is awesome. And I've been following The Rock since, obviously the WWE Attitude days, WWF, when it was still WWF. So, yeah. Am I going to go see it? No. No, I don't really go to the theater anymore, but will I watch it when it comes on HBO Max with the whole family? Sure. So, again, guys, please stop taking critics so seriously, especially when it comes to superhero films. I mean, for example, they loved Thor: Love and Thunder, and yeah, well, I'll leave that up to you guys. I don't want to sound like I'm dunking on the MCU. I'm really not trying to. It's just, to me, it was over at Endgame, so everything now is just like, But I still wanted to give Thor a try because I loved Ragnarok so much. And guys, I couldn't even finish that movie. How the mighty have fallen. But guys, that was my week. What was your week like? Why don't you drop in the comments and let me know, and I'll talk to you there. Have a great weekend.